Islamic State fighters in Syria are suspected of the mass execution of a number of Syrian army soldiers. Internet video, which you cannot verify, but is claimed to be captured troops being led to their deaths. These soldiers were reportedly captured after Islamic State fighters seized an airbase in the northeastern city of Takba on Sunday. Go to Ruler Amin joining us now from the Lebanese capital, Beirut. Number of strands to what's happening in Syria. Just reported the suspected mass execution of Syrian soldiers. But within Lebanon itself, take a look at this for us if you would. An incident close to the border where I understand at least one Lebanese soldier's died.
Yes, and these incidents that you are referring to are still going on. Heavy clashes are taking place between the Lebanese security forces and armed men, most who are affiliated with some of the rebel groups inside Syria, including Al-Nusra Front, and some are even IS. We don't know who specifically was involved in today's confrontation. These clashes are taking place along the border between Syria and Lebanon. It's a very high mountains area, very close also to the town of Ersal. A few weeks ago, Ersal was taken over by these armed rebels and armed men, and for 5 days it was a major shock for the Lebanese when they saw one of their own towns being taken over by these groups. So it was kind of also an awakening alarm bell for the Lebanese people and the Lebanese government and officials, how close the conflict in Syria has been. What we know so far is that the incident today started by an attack from these armed men on one of the Lebanese positions. One soldier was killed, at least 3 were injured. We think, and the army thinks, that one is missing. They don't even know what his fate is. So as you can see, it's more spilling over the border, that conflict that is still raging in Syria.
Yeah, also some uncertainty about UN workers. I think this is in the south of Syria in the occupied Golan Heights.
Yes, what we are hearing so far, which has not been confirmed by the United Nations, but confirmed by others, is some of the armed men belonging to Al-Nusra Front, it seems, again, not a lot of confirmation on that front, had taken over about 45 to 50 UN peacekeepers. What we know is that the troops who are stationed in that area comes from the Philippines and Fiji. The UN is still not confirming this officially. Behind the scenes, we're getting a lot of reports on this, but there's no explanation. What we know is that yesterday, the armed men, including Al-Nusra Front group, were able to take over the only crossing point between Syria and Israel. And there was more clashes this morning between the Syrian army and these groups, and that crossing border is still under the control of the rebels.
Okay, we'll leave it there just for now. That's Ruler Amin live in Beirut.